Hey everyone, I'm Brittany. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this YouTube video, we are going to do a book review. Okay. Actually, I think it would be better this way. Let's see. Actually, I should have said we're going to do book reviews, but this is just going to be a short dive, and then I'm going to do individual videos where we go into like a deeper dive. So first on the list that I've read is Single Black Female by Tracey Brown. This is my favorite book. This book is so good. Now, looking at it, I thought that it was going to be like a murder mystery, I guess like single white female or single black female on Lifetime. I don't know if you saw that, but it's pretty good. You want to check that out. The movie. This is completely different. This is about the lives of 4 women and just navigating through social issues, everyday issues, life, love, and it is so good. So good. What I love is that it gives each individual their time to shine, and then it also doesn't end with trauma, and I love that because usually when you have a book, or typically like if you're reading books or a movie and there's an all-black cast or all-black storyline or all-black characters, there's always going to be at the end, like, I feel like they get slighted, or there's just like a horrible situation. Well, there is a horrible situation that happens, but at the end it ends up being really great, really beautiful. I mean, the whole book is really good. I don't want to give too much away. I'm going to do a whole deep dive about this, but 10/10, and I usually rate 0 to 5 stars, but this is a 10 stars all the way. Okay, the next one, You're Born for This by Chani Nicholas. I've been saying Chani Nichols forever. I don't know why. I apologize to Chani. I know that it's Chani Nicholas. I apologize. This is good if you are into astrology, you're a beginner, or even if you know about astrology. I learned so much from this book, and it did help me in some aspects where I did not know. Like, I'm a Virgo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising. And what Chani does in this book, which I love, is she breaks it all down. And then she even breaks like what, you know, you're like, for example, this is Uranus in your first house. Like, she does an excellent job of breaking it down. And then in the book, which I love, sorry, let me drink something. I know it's not fall, but sorry. What she does is she has these reflective questions, and I love it. She also has an astrology app, which is really good. You can do that with the book. You can do the astrology app, and then you can have the book as well. I give this a 4 out of 5. Really good. Next. I hope I'm not going too fast. This is Get Good with Money, and I really enjoyed this book, especially for like the next chapter in my life. I felt like it's really time to like level up on so many different aspects of my life, and I got this book and I love it. I really enjoyed it. This is great if you're already in your career, or maybe you're already working, to really help set you up with a plan and steps to implement. Really good. I highly recommend. Even if you're in college, you should be reading this. Okay, high school, this is great. This is great to get you started thinking about money, thinking about your life. And even if you're already along in your career, like I said, this is an excellent book for you to read. The author is the Budgetnista, and it's Tiffany Aliche. I'm sorry, I hope I don't pronounce, I butcher names, especially learning new languages. The way I would pronounce it, I have like the Spanish version in my head, and then sometimes I have like the Italian version, and it's just like they're not working out. But it's the Budgetnista. Her name is Tiffany. It's great. All right, and I give this a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Making a Scene, Constance Wu. I have a confession. I've watched every single episode of Fresh Off the Boat, every single episode, and I really like her. I've watched Crazy Rich Asians, and I actually read all 3 of the series by the author of Crazy Rich Asians. I enjoyed this book. Constance is a few years older than me, but I can relate to her on so many levels. And what I love about this is she's being so real in this book, and it makes me feel like I understand her more. And there was an incident in the book where she talks about something that happened to her when she was younger, and I feel like as a Black woman and as a Black child growing up, we have similar things that happen to us as minorities. She is an Asian American, I'm an African American, and some of the things that she talks about, I'm like, wow, we all really have lived very similar situations when we're younger, where people try to dim our light or tell us that we can't do something. And it just made me, I don't know if I feel like I want to say I have more of an understanding of what Asian Americans go through. And I'm glad that she talked about it, because I don't feel like it's talked about enough within other communities, and especially in Asian American communities, about some of the things that happen. And love it. Also, she talks about her time in New York, which I love. Her time in LA, it's very juicy in some parts, which if you want the juice, she has it. It's such a good read. I'll do another deep dive in another video. It's so good. All right, and the last one that I have, I'm rounding up, Stacey Abrams. Did y'all know she wrote a book? I mean, anyway, she wrote this Rules of Engagement, and she was writing under a pen name Selma Montgomery. So good, so good. All right, let me tell you about the downside first. The only downside about this book was I grabbed it. I didn't even like, usually sometimes when I see books that are like outside of my realm of like self-help, I don't really, and I grabbed it. I don't really know, I grabbed it. She wrote this 20 some years ago. Insane. I thought this was like a new release. I was like, yeah, not only are you, writing books, you're running for governor, doing your thing in Georgia, but no, she wrote this over 20 some years ago. And the downside of the book, it's really good, but some things throw you off because it's a little dated. Now, if I would have known that the book was written about 20 years ago, 2021 years ago, I would have gave it a 5.5, which is still a good book. But because it was written so long ago, some things you're just like a little bit thrown off, which is insane, because you're like, wait, your house phone is ringing? Wait, your phone is in your car? Like, you're like, it's a throwback, but yeah, this is really good. I really enjoyed it. Now, this is supposed to be a thriller, but it's more of a romance, and I love all the characters. The characters are hashtag Black excellence. I mean, they got an IBM in here. Completely love it. Like I said, this is so good. I love all the character developments, every single one of them. I lived in DC for over 9-10 years, and yeah, this is so good. Like, I just repeated myself so many times, being so redundant, but yeah, this book is excellent. And then she talks a lot about Adam Grayson, IBM. Don't let me get too happy reading this again. So the main star, Raleigh, is really good. If anyone wants to cast me in any of these books as the lead, I'm available. Just to let you guys know. Pretty good. But again, this is a thriller, more spy espionage, but it is heavy on the romance. Highly recommend. I wish I would have given it a 5.5. I might change my rating, because I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. But this is definitely a 5.5. Just note that it was written a while ago. So yeah, that is about it of my summation. Not so much of a summation of all the books that I have currently read, and I'm taking back to the library because I've had them for way too long. Like and subscribe if you want. I'll do more about the books that I read whenever I'm in the USA. Oh yes, if you're thinking like, why is this girl doing a review? I'm Brittany. I live outside the USA. I've been living in Mexico for the past 2.5 years. I've lived in Guatemala, Honduras. I spent the summer in Spain and Italy last year, so I just was completely burnt out in 2019, and I booked a one-way ticket to Belize, and that's my life. So whenever I'm back in the USA, I love reading books. I love the library, and I get books that I am interested in or I want to read, which is sort of hard abroad because one, the countries that I live in, their national languages is Spanish. Two, to get books in different countries, it's really expensive. Also, the mail situation is just not worth it. So like I said, I like to read the books. I like pages. I like to smell the pages in the books to flip through. So yes, when I come back home, I binge read, and they get so heavy in the suitcase, I don't really carry them. But yeah, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll give you some individual deep dives. I have a lot more books, like so many, and some of them I'm already rereading just for self-development, and I'll do a YouTube video if you like. So just comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.